NBA is the worst sport in the world when it comes to ring culture. Ring culture, it ruins half of the sport of basketball, of the NBA at least.
Remember when Paul George came out and said it? He's like, they don't care about winning. Rick Carlisle was never considered a winning coach before last year in the finals. So it was kind of there's a couple teams that need to get a kick in the tail if you ask me.
Well, for sure. So you don't like coaches like Rick Carlisle. Why is it that NBA coaches have such like a put on such a pedestal for being very mediocre? Example, Doc Rivers. I just don't know how Doc Rivers is considered one of the greatest coaches of all time over and over. He's the cover, and he's the cover for every this is one of the best coaches of all time still in the NBA. He's not. Statistically not. I just don't get why the NBA values mediocrity in coaches.
So the NBA, it's ring culture. NBA is the worst sport in the world when it comes to ring culture. If you win a ring, you are immediately thrusted into greatness, no matter what, no matter how you won that ring, no matter what happened to get that ring. That's why it's such a big difference between like NBA and NFL. Because like Randy Moss is one of the best receivers of all time, and no one will ever take that from him, even without it. But if you go look at, people will shit on like a Carmelo Anthony or anybody that just hasn't won a ring ever. So it's like that's why when KD goes to the Warriors to win a ring, even when he retires in 15 years, people aren't gonna be like he won that ring with the Warriors. It's like gonna be like he has this many rings. Ring culture is terrible. I think ring culture, it ruins half of the sport of basketball, of the NBA at least.
I think that's pretty fair. That's a pretty fair assessment. It just feels like you can go beyond the pros when you talk about that too with college basketball. There's a lot of mediocre coaches on a pedestal. Going back to Doc Rivers, statistically, like we said, he just gets out coached when it's time to make those adjustments, man. It's never really worked with him. It's never clicked, and he's beat every time.
And I don't know if that's like an older coach thing, but it's like a lot of coaches from that generation, they don't make adjustments. It's we have this set and you're gonna follow this set no matter how. It doesn't matter if it's not working, we're gonna keep bouncing around. And Doc Rivers is terrible at adjustments. That generation is just horrible at making adjustments to change the game. He got lucky. He stumbled into a Rajon Rondo who's an on-court coach. He had a Chris Paul who's an on-court coach. He's always had some of the best basketball minds ever as a guard. You get lucky and people look at you different.
Yeah. To add on to what you said about like traditional coaches not changing anything, making any adjustments, that goes through all sports. Like these older generation coaches, like we all played sports, and even when we were in youth ball or something in any sport, you'd have an old coach and he'd be like, "We're running up the middle every time," or "We're doing this every time," and you're down by 40. It's like, do something else, man. But I think that's changing with the younger people our age and above a little bit. We're very tactical. We understand adjustments are needed. So I hope it gets better. But yeah, not a fan of Doc Rivers. Might be a nice guy, but don't like him as a coach.
Is there a coach that you are like, this is a great example of a coach? This is perfect.
NBA's tough. I don't know. It's tough. NBA feels tough. Who do I really like? There's always an assistant coach or somebody out there. It feels like that people are
Yeah.
talking up or something. It's tough to be in the know from the outside of that, I feel like.
No, 100%. I'm a big Will Hardy. I like a lot. I can't lie. I know that they're not good. The Grizzlies aren't good, but that system that they use, you see, like, because Eric Spoelstra has adopted some of that system in Miami, and that's it kind of it's helped them not have a star. But I like Eric Spoelstra a lot too. Obviously, he's great.
Spo is definitely a pinnacle of consistency, and I feel like nothing's ever gotten too big for him, and he's kind of always been just, I don't know, he's been up to speed, it felt like, even since the LeBron days when he was kind of getting thrown under the bus there. It felt like didn't even get a fair shake there, but he still has always been able to weather the storm, and he's always had that trust in his front office with them. So that's interesting, you know?